Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, 17th chapter, 2nd and 3rd slokas by His Grace Sundar Gopāl Prabhu. How impersonalism is lesser than devotion. Yatra ha bhava, not shared. Okay. Yatra ha bhava, Veeravrata autanna padi, Parama Bhagavatosmat, Kula Devata Charanara Vindodakam, Iti Yam Anushavanam.
Hello. Stand the prayer.
Done. All. Utkrishyamana Bhagavad Bhakti Yogena Drudam Klidya Manantara Hridaya Outkantya Vivashamalita Lochana Yugala Kudmala Vigalita Mala Bashpa Kalayabhi Bivyajam Anaroma Kulako Adunapi Paramadharena Sirasa Bibhrati. Synonyms, please repeat. Yatra Habhava, in Dhruvaloka, Veeravrata, firmly determined, Uttanapadhi, the famous son of Maharaja Uttanapada, Parama Bhagavataha, the most exalted devotee, Asmat Kula Devata, our Kula Devata, of the family deity, Charanara Vinda, of the lotus feet, Udakam, in the water, Iti, thus, Yam, which, Anusavanam, constantly, Utkrishyamana, being increased, Bhagavad Bhakti Yogena, by devotional service unto the Lord. Dridam, greatly, Klidyamana Antahridaya, being softened within the core of his heart, Outkantaya, by great anxiety, Vivasha, spontaneously, Amilita, slightly open, Lochana, of eyes, Yugala, pale, Kudmala, from the flower like Vigalita, emanating, Amala, uncontaminated, Bashpakalaya, with tears, Abhijamana, being manifested, Roma Pulakaha, whose symptoms of ecstasy on the body, Adunapi, even now, Parama Adrena, with great reverence, Tirasa, by the head, Vibhrati, he bears. Translation purport by his given message for the Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Dhruva Maharaj, the famous son of Maharaja Uttanapada, is known as the most exalted devotee of the Supreme Lord because of his firm determination in executing devotional service. Knowing that the sacred Ganges water washes the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, Dhruva Maharaja, Jai Sri Radha Dhruva Maharaja, situated on his own planet, to his very day accepts that water on his head with great devotion because he constantly thinks of Krishna very devotedly Within the core of his heart, he is overcome with ecstatic anxiety. Tears flow from his half-open eyes and eruptions appear on his entire body. Please repeat. Dhruv Maharaj, the famous son of Maharaj Uttanapada, is known as the most exalted devotee of the Supreme Lord because of his firm determination in executing devotional service. Knowing that the sacred Ganges water washes the lotus feet of the Lord Vishnu, Dhruva Maharaja, situated on his own planet, to this very day accepts that water on his head with great devotion. Because he constantly thinks of Krishna very devotedly within the core of his heart, he is overcome with ecstatic anxiety. Tears flow from his half-open eyes and eruptions appear on his entire body. Purport. When a person is firmly fixed in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is described as Viravrata, fully determined. Such a devotee increases his ecstasy in devotional service more and more. Thus, as soon as he remembers Lord Vishnu, his eyes will fill with tears. This is a symptom of a Mahabhagavata. Dhruva Maharaja maintained himself in the devotional ecstasy, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also gave us a practical example of transcendental ecstasy when he lived at Jagannath Puri. His pastimes there are fully narrated in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So we'll continue with the next verse also. I'll just go with translation and purport. I'll just go through this. No need to. The 7 great sages, Marichi, Vashishta, Atri, and so on, reside on planets beneath Dhruvaloka. Well aware of the influence of the water of the Ganges, to this day they keep Ganges water on the tufts of hair on their heads. They have concluded that this is ultimate wealth. This is the ultimate wealth, the perfection of all posterities, and the best means of prosecuting transcendental life. Having obtained uninterrupted devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they neglect all other beneficial processes like religion, economic development, sense gratification, and even merging into Supreme. Just as Jnanis think that merging into existence of the Lord is the highest truth, these 7 exalted personalities accept devotional service as the perfection of life. Purport. Transcendentalists are divided into 2 primary groups: the Nirvisheshavadis or impersonalists, and the Bhaktas of or devotees. The impersonalists do not accept spiritual varieties of life. They want to merge into the existence of the Supreme Lord in his Brahman feature, the Brahman. The devotees, however, desire to take part in the transcendental activities of the Supreme Lord. In the upper planetary system, the topmost planet is Dhruvaloka, and beneath Dhruvaloka are the 7 planets occupied by the great sages, beginning with Marichi, Vashishta, and Atri. All these sages regard devotional service as the highest perfection of life. Therefore, they all carry the holy water of the Ganges on their heads. This verse proves that for one who has achieved the platform of pure devotional service, nothing else is important. Even so-called liberation, Kaivalya. Srila Sridhara Swami states that only by achieving pure devotional service of the Lord can one give up all other engagements as insignificant. Prabodhananda Saraswati confirms statement as follows. Kaivalyam narakayate tridasha purur aksha pushpayate durat durdana trindriya kala sarpa patali prokta dam shrita yete vishwam purna sukayate vidit mahendridas chakitayate yat karunaya kataksha vaibhavatam tam gauram evastuma Chaitanya Chandramrita 5th sloka. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has perfectly enunciated and broadcast the process of Bhakti Yoga. Consequently, for one who has taken shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the highest perfection of Mayavadis, Kaivalya, or becoming one with the Supreme, is considered hellish. To say nothing of the Karmis' aspiration to be promoted to the heavenly planets, devotees consider such goals to be worthless. Phantom Mago race. There are also yogis who try to control their senses, but they can never succeed without coming to the stage of devotional service. The senses are compared to poisonous snakes, but the senses of the bhakta engaged in the service of the Lord are like snakes with their poisonous fangs removed. The yogi tries to suppress his senses, but even great mystics like Vishwamitra fail in the attempt. Vishwamitra was conquered by his senses when he was captivated by Menaka during his meditation. She later gave birth to Shakuntala. The wisest persons in the world, therefore, are the Bhakti yogis, as Lord Krishna confirms in Bhakti Bhagavad Gita 647. Yoginam api sarvesham madgate rantaratmanah shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yukto tamamataha. Of all yogis, he who always abides in me with great faith, worshipping me in transcendental loving service, is most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्तस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मेलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवं च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादं सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांता स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे increasing please
Hari Bol.
not at all
Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Good. So, we are hearing about the descent of Ganga. Padanaka Nira Janita Jana Pavan. You know the words, right? Don't? Hello? This verse is on the song, Dasavatar song, when the Lord Vamana, he kicked Padanaka by his naka, nail. Nira Janita Janapa. Nira means water. So because he kicked the casual ocean, then from there the Ganga came. So that Ganga comes and drops in Dhruva planet first. And he comes from there, and then he goes to all the other places. So the devotees, they treasure this water that is descending. Open. The devotees, they treasure this. And you all know, the first person this water drops on is onto whose head? Falls on his head. That's why on Lord Shiva's head you see always there will be a fountain of water. Because when Ganga was going to descend, one of the requests was, I'm going to come down, who will bear the weight of my force? Correct? You know the story. And Bhagirath had to go and meditate and ask Lord Shiva to help to cushion the fall. So you can always see Lord Shiva's head has got the. So Ganga is not an ordinary river, because it's coming from the Lord's lotus feet. Very powerful. So devotees appreciate that, but non-devotees, they don't understand. They think it is very dirty. Right? Should not go and take bath there, you get poor health. Isn't it? They say. But just now we just had the Kumbh Mela, correct? And so many people. Difficult to even go there. So you see, still despite of all this, there are many people are interested in worshipping Ganga. Actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he wanted to go back from Puri to Mayapur,
అది కొంచెం రెడ్యూస్ చేసి
and his reason was that I want to visit my two mothers.
ఇద్దరు ఉంది కదా బ్లాక్ ఇంక్రీజ్ చేయండి
One mother is his own mother,
నాది కొంచెం
and the other mother is Mother Ganga. So you see how important the Lord also relates to this. So we have to understand the importance of the Ganges river. Not an ordinary river because emanating from the Lord's lotus. For those who have gone, I don't know, you have been, go to Gangotri. In Gangotri, the river coming from a cave, you know. How many of you been there?
I think none of us.
How many have been to Hollywood?
That also none of us.
Bollywood? Mustafa.
What's up?
So you see how we are very degraded. So this place, if you go, I happened to be there in 1983. I saw, to my surprise, the water was actually very milky white. It was not a little greenish now when you go down, but up there it was milky white. Because it was cold. It was rolling down. Tried to take bath, but it was too cold, you know. Extremely cold. Up there in the north, near the foothill of the Himalayas. I guess you can go now. Now is not the time. April they will start. Yeah? Go and see the place. So you see the importance that the devotees,
Which particular?
the devotees, they understand the value of the river. It is not
అది
something
మరీ
cheap.
ఎక్కువ పెట్టినట్టున్నారు చూడండి నా తల్లి
Whereas they were saying non-devotees, they cannot get into the mystery because unless you're devotee, you will appreciate it. Whereas you're not devotee demons, you cannot understand. So as in this purport, it is explained that Dhruva Maharaj, because he is worshipping the Ganga, drops in Dhruva Loka, you know. After Lord Shiva, he comes down to Dhruva Loka and then he flows down. So because he is accepting the water on his head, he's developing all the aesthetic symptoms. So this is the, what we say, the symptom of one who is a devotee. You cannot artificially do that. That he develops all the aesthetic symptoms. That's also explained by Prahlad Maharaj in this verse 7:34. Is it that? I can't see that one.
Yeah.
But they cannot see, no. I cannot see, they cannot see, nobody can see. Let them see.
Why?
If you move here, everyone can see.
But now we'll disturb the live also.
Oh, disturb the light. Okay. I will see here.
Yeah.
Can you read?
Yeah. One who is situated in devotional service is certainly the controller of his senses and thus is liberated person. When such a liberated person, the pure devotee, hears of the transcendental qualities and activities of the Lord's incarnations for the performance of various pastimes, his hair stands on end on his body, tears fall from his eyes, and in his spiritual realization, his voice falters. Sometimes he verily openly dances, sometimes he sings loudly, and sometimes he cries. Thus, he expresses his transcendental jubilation.
See, this is the symptom of a person who is a pure devotee. So it is not that devotional service is very artificial. That you come here and you pray and you go. No. When you develop your sentiment, then ecstasy comes. And this is what gives the devotee so much happiness. You know? The happiness of the devotee is different from the happiness of the Mayavadi. Do you know? Which word? Happiness of devotee is greater than the happiness of Mayavadi. Do you know which word? Love. Which is the verse? 7:7? 7:7:27. 7:7:27. Purport. 7:7:27. Purport. Yeah, go down some more. Go down, go down some more.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Can you read this?
Yes. One must realize that the material condition of life is
No, not this. 37?
37.
purport, is it?
Yeah, go down.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the verse. Correct, 37.
Yeah. This is from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1:138.
Can you read the
If Brahmananda, the bliss of merging in the Brahman effulgence, were multiplied 100 trillion times, it would still not equal even an atomic fragment of the ocean of transcendental bliss felt in the devotional service.
this
Sanskrit.
point? Multiplied the trillion times. Is still not comparable to the ecstasy of the devotees. You follow? Hmm? That's why when Arjuna was asking Krishna, which is better? You know? You know? Don't say, I want to, because you say then they never learn. Where it is says? Arjuna is asking this question, where? Which is better? Hello, you are reading Gita or not reading? Not reading. Reading. What? Where? All smiling. Where is it stated? Which is better, worshipping the personal form or worshipping your impersonal form? This is very, very important because you must know this. When you talk to somebody who is a Mayavad, then you must quote his words. Hello? Huh? This is all very basic thing. Yes? What is the word? Chapter 12, text 1. Yeah? Chapter 12?
Text.
Hello? Remember, write down, memorize. Yes? Open that.
Yes, open.
All right, you see, can you?
Sanskrit or English. Okay. Chapter 12, Sloka 1, Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna inquired, which are considered to be the more perfect? Those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested?
Understand this? Hello? Are you taking note? Huh? Hello? So this is the question, which is better? Worshipping your impersonal form or worshipping your...
Personal.
So you meet somebody who is worshipping, they said, ultimately it is what? Nirakar. 99% of the people are in that platform. Everything is what? Ultimately what?
Yeah.
Huh? Effulgence, jyoti, lights. So you must quote this word. Hello? Huh? You know? So then Krishna is replying. What Krishna is saying? Text 2.
Yes. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, those who fix their minds on my personal form and are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be the most perfect.
See the point here? Hello? So when you speak to such people, you must know where to go. Correct? Do you know now? Huh? Hello? This is basic, This is ABCD. Understand? Huh? And I'm surprised you don't know. You don't know? Never saw this word? Huh? You must, these things all must learn. Understand? Huh? Next verse.
But those who fully worship the unmanifested, that which lies beyond the perception of the senses, the all pervading, inconceivable, unchanging, fixed and immovable, the impersonal conception of the absolute truth, by controlling the various senses and being equally disposed to everyone, such persons engaged in the welfare of all at last achieve me,
At last they achieve.
Krishna.
Now Krishna even says something more. Text 5.
Yeah.
This is very important, this verse. Alright? Hello?
क्लेशोऽधिकरस्तेषाम् अव्यक्ताशक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम् देहाद्वद्भिर्वाप्यते. For those whose minds are attracted to the unmanifested, impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied.
Is that here? For those whose mind are attached to unmanifested impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. Advancement is very... Why is it troublesome? Huh? To make progress in this discipline is very difficult for those who are embodied. Why? Can you tell me why? Why is it difficult and why is it troublesome? Hello? Why? Why we cannot worship? They are worshiping. They are meditating.
So as Brahma told, Yannara Vindaksha Vimuktamanina Vishuddha Buddhaya. So because they did not catch hold of the lotus feet, they will fall down again.
Yeah, but they still can go and worship. He says cannot worship. Huh? He says because they are not catching hold of lotus feet, so generally they will fall down. You know this word, right? This word is very famous. Prabhupada quotes in every class. 10 to 32. 10 to. So those who are impersonalists, although they may climb to the highest ladder, yoga ladder, yoga. What the word there? Yoga. Arura Krichena, Param Padam Tata. Arura Krichena, they go to the highest Param Padam Tata. Patanti Adaho, because they are not caught hold of the lotus feet of the Lord. Nadrita Yusman Angraya. Patanti means they fall down. See, another interesting thing is that Vimukta Maninas, the people who do this kind of program, they have this intention of becoming, thinking that they are liberated. So many of these people, they always go about thinking that I'm already there, you know. I'm already, Prabhu, I'm delivered. I want. You understand? You talk to the people of different faith, Christian, Muslim, Hindu, impersonally. All of them think like that. Vimukta? No, no, no. We are going back already. We are what? Our next life is with already God. This is with the word Vimukta Mani. They think like that. And what Asta Bhavat Avishuddha Buddhi. This kind of thinking is called what? Avishuddha means what? Avishuddha means what? Not pure. Shuddha means pure. Avishuddha means impure or contaminated. Buddhaya, intelligent. Contaminated. So impersonalists are all having this. They are having what? Contaminated consciousness. They are having. You follow? In fact, this verse is also quoted by Lord Brahma, 394. 394, I think, or 294. 294.
Yeah, 294.
394. So in this verse, this explains, in fact, Lord Brahma, he is saying here, this word, you see that, Naraka Bhagabir Asat Prasangai. You see this word? Those people who worship is impersonal. Can you read the translation?
Yes. This present form or any transcendental form expanded by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is equally auspicious for all the universes. Since you have manifested this eternal personal form upon whom your devotees meditate, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Those who are destined to be dispatched to the path of hell neglect your personal form because of speculating on material topics.
See this point here? Lord Brahma is saying those who don't accept the personal form, do accept the impersonal form, they are going where?
Hell.
They're destined to be dispatched to the path of hell. Understand? Hello? In fact, in the Ishopanishad, there's also a mantra, correct? Mantra what? Mantra 12, you know? It's 12? Go to 12. Ishopanishad 12, yeah. See the Sanskrit. Anda tamaham praveshyanti. Anda means what? Darkness, isn't it? Tamaha. Praveshanti means go, correct? Huh?
Yes.
Can you read?
अंधत्तम प्रविश्यन्ति ये सम्भूतिनम् उपासते ततो भूया इवते तमो यौ सम्भूत्यं रतः. Those who are engaged in the worship of demigods enter into the darkest region of ignorance, and still more so do the worshippers of the impersonal absolute.
Demigod worshippers go down. But those who worship the impersonal form, they go even further down. Right? So you see how impersonal worship is never encouraged. It is never. You cannot develop love of God by going through the impersonal form. That is also explained in 10 to 35. Huh?
O Lord, cause of all causes, if your transcendental body were not beyond the modes of material nature, one could not understand the difference between matter and transcendence. Only by your presence can one understand the transcendental nature of your worship, who are the controller of the material nature. Your transcendental nature is very difficult to understand unless one is influenced by the presence of your transcendental form.
Is that point here? Huh? Very difficult to understand unless you are influenced by the transcendental form. So you see how worship of the Lord is so important. Unless you worship the form of the Lord, you cannot actually make any spiritual progress. Not possible. Two things are required. I think it's 1652, is it? 1652, huh? Yeah? Worship of the form and chanting of the holy name. 51. Sapta Brahman, Param Brahma. See that?
Shabda Brahma, Param Brahma.
Yeah.
All living entities, moving and non-moving, are my expansions and are separate from me. I am the super soul of all living beings who exist because I manifest them. I am the form of the transcendental vibrations like Omkara and Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, and I am the absolute, supreme absolute truth. These two forms of mine, namely the transcendental sound and the eternally blissful spiritual form of the deity, are my eternal form. They are not material.
So that. So these two forms are required. Worshipping the, chanting the holy name, and
Transcendental sound and blissful
and
spiritual sound.
the spiritual form of the deity. So the Mayavadis, they interpret this to completely. So they say you chant Om. The Mayavadis, they chant what?
Oh.
So why we don't chant Om? Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, among Pranava, I'm Omkara. What verse is that? Huh? You must, if you say everything, then nobody will learn. Allow. Among the Pranava, I am Omkara. So what is verse is that? 10 something. Okay, clue. You already said. 10 what?
10:25, 7, 8 also.
Pranava Sarvavedeshu. 7, 8.
What? 7. Take out. So please try to remember this. Are you writing down? Hello? Are you writing down? Hello? Are you writing down? Huh?
रसोऽहमप्सु कौन्तेय प्रभास्मि शशिसूर्ययो प्रणवा सर्ववेदेषु शब्दके पौरुषं ऋषुः.
It's not so complete, you know. There's another verse that's more. Huh? Put 10:25.
महर्षिणां भृगुरगं गिरं
Where's that? Ekam Aksharam. Huh?
यज्ञानां जपयज्ञ.
Not this verse.
No.
It's not this verse. You
16.
try Pranava. Pranava. You type Pranava. Huh? 9:16. Hello. Come on, mess around. 9. Yeah, there's another one, the Pranava Om. There's what is that?
Yeah, directly he says Om. I am the Omkara in 10th chapter only. Among the, you gave that class in Sunday also, I remember.
9:16. Open 9:16. 9:16.
अहं क्रतुर अहं यज्ञ स्वादहम अहम औषधम मंत्रोहम अहम एवाग्नम अहम अग्निर अहम हुतम. Next one.
Among the Pranava, Omkara.
पिताहमस्य जगतो माता दाता. Yeah. वेद्यम पवित्रम ओंकार. माता दाता पितामहा वेद्यम पवित्रम ओंकार.
There, this is the word. Pavitram Omkara. See? Omkara is there. Hello, read the translation.
Yes, please. I am the father, and I am the father of this universe, the mother, the support, and the grandsire. I am the object of knowledge, the purifier, and the syllable Om. And I am also the Rig, the Sama, and the Yajurveda.
So what's wrong in chanting Omkara? We are from today, we just say Om, like all these guys. Why we don't do that? Krishna said, I'm Omkara. Is he not saying it? Hello? Yeah? So why you don't chant?
It's an indirect way of.
He said in Kali Yuga we chant Hare Krishna. So in other yoga we chant Om. What's the answer for that? Because some guys will come and say, I chant Om. I don't chant all this Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Very boring. I meditate. Oh. And then I fall asleep. Hello, tell me why. Why we do not chant Omkara? So see, we will put Hari and Om. Some guys chant Sai Om. So many things they're doing. Yes? Why we don't do this thing? Time and circumstance. Om also can chant anytime. Why we don't chant Om? Tell me. Hello? Wake up, wake up. Why? Prabhupada said, I think it's in a purport in the CC, you know.
Indirect.
He said this Omkara is associated with the Mayavad. Associated? Although inside the Hare Krishna mantra, Om is already included. Because Om got 3 syllables, A, U, and M. This A represents Krishna. U represents,
Radharani.
hello, already representing Krishna. Where is Narayana again? What is it? Oh, okay, good. I heard wrongly. Yeah, Radharani and represent
Jiva.
who?
Jiva.
Shiva.
Jiva.
So, represent the spirit soul. So, Om represent the, you know where that verse are? Can you take it out for me in the CC?
Yeah.
Huh? In the CC, this is explained. So you know reference. Next time someone asks you, you can refer to this verse. So when we chant Om, so we are chanting, it includes Krishna, Radharani, 7. Take out.
Pranava, Omkara, is the Mahavakya, Mahamantra in the Vedas. Shankaracharya's followers cover this to stress without authority the mantra Tat Tvam Asi.
Purport. Read the purport.
Yes. The Mayavadi philosophers stress the statements Tattvamasi, Soham, etc. But they do not stress the real Mahamantra, Pranava, Omkara. Therefore, because they misinterpret Vedic knowledge, they are the greatest offenders to the lotus feet of the Lord. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says clearly, Mayavadi Krishna Aparadi. Mayavadi philosophers are the greatest offenders to the Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna declares, Tanaham Dvishtaha Kruran Samsareshu Naradhamam Shipyami Ajastran Ashubhan Asurishwa Eva Yonishu. Those who are envious.
No, you go to the Omkara part. This there, Omkara is not there. Hello, there's a verse where Prabhupada explained A, U, and
Yes.
You know, in the CC. Hello. So you see how the impersonalists, they like to always chant this kind of mantra. Where? 2 verse before. Go 2 verse before. 1 to 8, is it? Purport, right? Adi. So it's very important to know this. Can you go? Read the translation. Read the translation.
Yes.
You go to the part, the Omkara, okay?
Yes, bro.
The Vedic sound vibration, Omkara, the principal word in the Vedic literature, is the basis of all Vedic vibration. That is because everything we say, Nama Om, Om, always we have Om starting. You understand? So therefore, one should accept Omkara as the sound representation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the reservoir of the cosmic manifestation. Now you read the purport. Okay, read this.
This verse indicates that Omkara or Pranava is a direct representation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, if at the time of death one simply remembers Omkara, he remembers the Supreme Personality of Godhead and is therefore immediately transferred to the spiritual world. Omkara is the basic principle of all Vedic mantras, for it is a representation of Lord Krishna. Understanding of whom is the ultimate goal of the Vedas, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Vedascha Sarve Ahameva Vedya. Mayavadi philosophers cannot understand these simple facts explained in the Bhagavad Gita, and yet they are very proud of being Vedantis.
Go down. Go down. No more. Go down. Go down, no. What are you going? Okay, here.
Yeah. Factually, the transcendental sound Omkara, although a combination of the three letters A, U, and Ma, has transcendental potency, and one who chants Omkara will very soon realize Omkara and the Lord Vishnu to be not different. अकारणोच्चेते कृष्ण सर्वलोकैक नायकः उकारोच्चेते राधा मकारो जीववाचकः. Omkara is a combination of the letters A, U, and Ma. Akaranocchete Krishna. The letter
M is not pronounced as Ma. You know? Ma doesn't come in the home. No? Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
A, U, Read on.
Akaranocchete Krishna. The letter Akara refers to Krishna, who is Sarva Lokoika Nayakaha, the master of all living entities and planets, material and spiritual. Nayaka means leader. He is the supreme leader. Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam. The letter U, Ukara, indicates Srimati Radharani, the pleasure potency of Krishna, and Makara indicates the living entities, Jivas. Thus, Om is the complete combination of Krishna, his potency, and his eternal servitors. In other words, Omkara represents Krishna, his name, fame, pastimes, entourage, expansions, devotees, potencies, and everything else pertaining to him. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu states in the present verse of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sarva Vishwa Dhama, Omkara is the resting place of everything, just as Krishna is the resting place of everything.
Where that verse that says that Hare Krishna, Om is inside the Hare Krishna. Huh? Bhagavad Gita. Okay, is there any more to read here? Okay, go to that 8:30 Bhagavad Gita.
Om iti ekaksharam brahma. Purport Prabhu, right?
Just go down there, you see the Omkara.
Yeah. It is clearly stated that here that Om, Brahman, and Lord Krishna are not different. The impersonal Brahman sound of Krishna is Om, but the sound Hare Krishna contains Om. The chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra is clearly recommended for this age. So, if one quits his body at the end of life chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, he certainly reaches one of the spiritual planets according to the mode of his practice.
So you see here, the Hare Krishna mantra includes the Omkara. And Omkara chanting is more for the impersonalists. They chant Om, Om, Om. But when you chant Hare Krishna, you understand the form of the Lord. Okay? So we should try to, the emphasis is because we are followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stressed the chanting of, he could have introduced Om, no? But he says what? Chanting of Hare Krishna. You understand? And what?
His,
The Hare Krishna, it says the sound Hare Krishna contains Om, but it's nowhere Om coming in the Hare Krishna.
This is transcendental vibration. you cannot understand this. You simply follow. You understand? If it says that Om is inside the Hare Krishna, then it's inside. How is inside? You want me to do an experiment, break down the sound, the frequency, and analyze the whole thing for you? Huh? What? So you just say you chant Hare Krishna, you will get result. That's how you understand. When you chant something, you should get result. Correct? Yeah. No, but they want to hear the sound Om inside Hare Krishna. That's what he's talking about. I can't do a wave research frequency. You got your oscilloscope. I put the sound. Hello, Hare Krishna. You chant. The chanting of a mantra means to produce result. Yes. So when you chant a mantra, you must be able to give up your sinful activities. That's the test. Yes. Bhakti, parasanu, virakti. You must become detached. So if you chant a mantra and you are becoming attached to sinful life, that means your mantra is not working. So, but when you chant the Hare Krishna mantra, especially in this age, when you hear from a pure devotee, then it is important. Are you given up your sinful life? How did you give up? By chanting Om? Huh? Yes. That is the test. You understand? Palena parichati. That's the tree by the fruits it provides. You understand? So how to save these impersonalists? So there's two examples, actually there's three examples in the CC and 24, chapter 24. One is very famous when the four Kumaras, they went to visit the Lord. Just before they cursed Jai and Vijay. So then the curse all finished and the Lord ran down. Correct? The Lord came because his servants were affected. So when the Lord came, these four Kumaras, they bound. I think this verse is there in the Bhagavatam also. Huh? So they bow down. When they bow down to offer obeisances to the Lord, the smell of the tulsi, the Lord has got manjaris on his feet. Right? You're putting manjaris on his feet. Yeah. So there they smell the manjari, and the smell went from their nostril into their, and immediately their heart became. It's a very famous verse. Yeah. The Sanskrit is very nice. Can you chant the Sanskrit? Hello?
When the breeze carrying the aroma of tulasi leaves from the toes of the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead entered the nostrils of those sages, they experienced a change both in body and in mind, even though they were attached to the impersonal Brahman understanding.
So that this verse is very important. When the tulasi
breeze,
manjari, correct? Hello? See, that's why when you are worshipping the Lord, putting tulasi and all, it's not for fun, no? It's not for. See how powerful it is. They did not go into Vaikuntha. They were at the gate. No, they did not go in. They were at the gate. But this Vaikuntha is not that. It is in the material world Vaikuntha. We have also a Vaikuntha here. Do you know that? So they did not cross into the Vaikuntha.
And Durvasa also.
Even what's his name? Durvasha, is it?
Durvasa.
He also did not, could not go inside. No, this all was happening out at the gates, you know.
What is all description of Vaikuntha is that in saying that
Yeah.
they saw all that. But the last
Just like you want to go Changi Airport, you will see a lot of things, no? Until you go inside, right? So like that, it is like that. You see a lot of the arrangement of Vaikuntha, but they were at the gate actually. They did not enter inside. So this is one incident that they were saved, and they became, the four Kumaras became pure devotees, and they started the Sampradaya, you know, the Kumara Sampradaya, correct? Hello? You know there's a Kumara Sampradaya? Huh? Who's the Acharya there? Huh? Very good. Nimbaka Acharya. Yes. What is their method of worship? What is their method of worship? Nothing. They worship the gopis, okay? Understand? They are lying, they worship the gopis to serve Krishna. That is Nimbaka Acharya. Yeah, it is there. I can take it out. There are four things are prominent in each sampradaya. Do you know that? You know what is that? Took four things from each sampradaya and took two things from each sampradaya. You know the verse? This is actually from one of the, I think it is. I don't know how you want to show that.
I can go to internet if
Huh?
they said.
So from the Madhava, I will receive two essential items. How to put it on here?
what is the source?
Website.
I didn't write the code here. Anyway, I'm going to read it. I don't know how to show to you. Unless you come out and I go in, but it's quite a problem. I don't think I have my notes there. Is this my laptop?
Yes, this is
I have notes there. I mean my what do you call that?
Evernote.
No. What is this thing we are now doing? I have an up note there. Can you go to the bar there below? Up note?
Once.
I don't have a. So okay, I'm going to read. From Madhava, I will accept two essential items as his complete defeat of the Mayavadi philosophy. Kevala, Advaita, Nirasana, and its service to the deity of Krishna. Accepting the deity as an eternal spiritual being, Krishna Murti Sevana. So two things. What is that? One, Kevala, Advaita, Nirasana, and Krishnamurti Sevana. Two things. Hello. Then from Ramanuja, I will accept two great teachings. The concept of bhakti, unpolluted by karma and jnana. Ananya bhakti, and service to the devotee. Bhakta jana seva. One, Ananya bhakti and Bhakta jana seva. That's why I see the Ramanujas, they always adiyan, serve the devotees. From Vishnu Swami teaching, I will accept two main elements. Sentiment of exclusive dependence on Krishna Tadiya Seva Sarvasya Bhava. Tadiya Sarvaswa Bhava. And the path of Raga Bhakti, Ragamaga. See? So Vishnu Swami, Ragamaga, they worship this Sundar Gopāl. You know that? And from the Nimbaka, we are now talking about the Nimbaka. I have received two excellent principles: the necessity of taking shelter of Radha, Ekanta Radhika Ashraya, and the high esteem for the gopis' love for Krishna, Gopi Bhava. The Nimbaka Acharya Sampradaya thing. Ekanta Radhika Ashraya and Gopi Bhava. See? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually included all the Sampradaya. See, that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Kali Yuga, you see, other Sampradayas, yeah, they're going on, I don't see. But the robustness, the dynamism, the enthusiasm, it is all where? In this Gaudiya Sampradaya. Because it's very inclusive. So, the point about this now we are discussing that the four Kumaras, they went and they were Mayavad. Then they became, who is another person that you know was Mayavad? And he became Sarvamba Bhattacharya. What else? Who else? Very good. Sukadev Goswami. So Sukadev Goswami, he was already a not Mayavad, he was Brahmavadi. Huh? How did he become Vyasadev's son became Brahmavadi? How did he become? Huh? So the moment he took birth, he took birth after 16 years in the mother's womb. Fairy tale. Some fairy tale? Huh? Listen, the I think who the 100 sons of Draupadi, what's her name? Gandharvi.
Gandhari.
They were in the pot for how long?
Gandhari.
100 pots, no?
Yeah.
How long was it took to take birth there? Anybody knows Mahabharata? Huh? Right? Mahabharata. They just came out from the pot.
No, 100. I think 100 plus.
100 years, I think. But then, how did he live for 100 years? Because that time, Krishna stayed for 120 years. So I don't think it was 100 years. Hello? Yeah. Anyway, you please check this. After, definitely it was not 9 months, for sure. Yeah, even the elephants, it says what? 2 years. It says 2 years. They were there for 2 years. So Sukadev is longer, 16 years. Hiranyakashipu was also a long time.
Yeah.
But that was in Satyayug, different time. So anyway, the point is that when he took birth, he just came out and he walked. He walked away. He just left the house and he went straight. And he was very much into the Brahman, That's why the famous word, Tat Chardadana Munayo. You know this word?
Vyasadeva would be born as impersonalism.
In fact, the son of Krishna also became a demon. Narakasura, he became a demon. So birthright is not that if you are son of a devotee, you must become a devotee. That's not fact. Because Advaita Acharya had 6 sons. 3 of them became devotees and 3 of them became impersonalists.
Kauravas also grandsons of Vyasa.
Huh?
Kauravas are also grandsons of Vyasa.
Kauravas
Yeah.
also.
Kauravas also were the sons. They all became demons. So birthright is not a exclusivity, that you son of a devotee, you must be. No. You can only become a devotee if you are in contact with a devotee. So this Sukadev Goswami, he was a Mayavad, a Brahmavadi, and then his father wanted to get him. I think that's the verse, it is in Srimad Bhagavatam, 12th canto, I think it's the 12th chapter. You can see there how he's explaining that verse. Can you take that verse out for me? 12, what? 69. Can you take it out?
The difference between Brahmavadi and Brahmavadi.
Little more respect.
Sanskrit so much.
Not nice to call Sukadev Goswami a Mayavad.
Brahmavadi are not against
They're not offensive. At least they understand Brahman. So can you read the translation?
Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto my spiritual master, the son of Vyasadeva, Shukadev Goswami. It is he who defeats all inauspicious things within this universe. Although in the beginning he was absorbed in the happiness of Brahman realization and was living in a secluded place, giving up all other types of consciousness, he became attracted by the pleasing, most melodious pastime of Lord Sri Krishna. He therefore mercifully spoke this Purana, Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the bright light of the absolute truth and which describes the activities of the Lord.
So in context with this, that famous verse, Atma Rama Cha Munayo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained that in 64 ways. You understand? So this verse is very famous. That is in reference to Sukadev Goswami. You know where's that verse? Atma Rama Munayo. Yeah. Can you read the translation?
Shuta Goswami said, all different varieties of Atma Ramas, those who take pleasure in the Atma or spirit self, especially those established on the path of self-realization, though freed from all kind of material bondage, desire to render unalloyed devotional service unto the personality of Godhead. This means that the Lord possesses transcendental qualities and therefore can attract everyone, including liberated souls.
So you see this verse, this very famous verse. So Mayavats and all, they get attracted because of the qualities of the Lord. So Mayavadis, they can become devotees if they associate with, this is a famous verse, I think it's 24, 1 to 5. 24, 1 to 5. Translation.
O great devotee, although there are many faults in this material world, there is one good opportunity, the association with devotees. Such association brings about great happiness. Due to this good quality, our strong desire to achieve liberation by merging into the Brahman effulgence has become weakened.
To that point, by association of devotees, then you can come out of your Mayavad or meditating on the Paramatma. Paramatma people who are also Mayavads, they want to get mystic power. So these two things are, that's why Sukadev Goswami he said, no, Rupa Goswami put it this way, Anya Vilasita Sunyam, Jnana, Karma, Anavrit. So all these things are, we should be free from all these anarthas. Then yes, you will be able to understand personal form of the Lord and accept devotional service as their. There's no thing higher than the worship of the Lord. You know where the verses that say there's nothing higher than worship of the Lord? Anyone?
11:26 category. Also, another place.
The Bhagavad Gita. In the Bhagavad Gita, let's simple no, let them at least they know Bhagavad Gita first. Yes? 7.7. There's no higher truth. Very good. There's no higher truth than me, but worship. I'm talking about the worship. What is worshipping higher? No higher truth, worship than worship of the Lord. It's his famous verse 6:40. Yoginam api sarvesham matkarte antaratmana. Sadavanyo bhajante mam same yukto tama mata. So worshipping Krishna is the topmost. There's no anything higher than. They add to supplement that verse. There's another verse in 11:26:30. Once you come to devotional service, then you have what? Nothing more. Can you read that? Hey, 11:26:30. Yeah. Read the translation.
What more remains to be accomplished for the perfect devotee after achieving devotional service unto me, the supreme absolute truth, whose qualities are innumerable and who am the embodiment of all ecstatic experience?
So what more remain to be accomplished for the perfect devotee after achieving devotional service unto
Me.
nothing more. I think in 11:29 also, this process is the cleverest of the clever. 11:29:21, I think. This process is the what? 20, 22.
This process is the supreme intelligence of the intelligent and the cleverness of the clever, most clever. For by following it, one can in this very life make use of the temporary and unreal to achieve me, the eternal reality.
So what is the process you're talking about? One verse before.
O Uddhava, greatest of saints, in a dangerous situation, an ordinary person cries, becomes fearful and laments. Although such useless emotions do not change the situation, but activities offered to me without personal motivation, even if they are externally useless, amount to the actual process.
Devotional service. Huh? Huh? Prahlad Maharaj also said. Take up.
7:5.
7:5:24. So you try to understand that you are doing a devotional service, which is the topmost. That's why the book is called, no? What is the book? Small book? Topmost Yoga? Yeah? Prahlad Maharaj is saying here, what's that?
Prahlad Maharaj said, hearing and chanting about the transcendental holy name, form, qualities, paraphernalia, and past tense of Lord Vishnu, remembering them, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, offering the respectful worship with 16 types of paraphernalia, offering prayers to the Lord, becoming his servant, considering the Lord one's best friend, and surrendering everything unto him. In other words, serving him with the body, mind, and words. These 9 processes are accepted as pure devotional service. One who has dedicated his life to the service of Krishna through these 9 methods should be understood to be the most learned person, for he has acquired the complete knowledge.
See? This is the topmost. There's nothing higher. Huh? That's why Krishna also told in 646, huh? A devotee is better than a karmi, better than a jnani, and better than yogi. In all comes to be a yogi Arjuna. Yes? What is that verse? Yeah. Can you- Tapasya is referring to the one who is practicing this mystic yoga, you know. Read the translation.
A yogi is greater than ascetic.
This
Great.
word ascetic means what? The one who is doing this yoga thing. Then
Greater than the empiricist.
empiricist is referring to the one who is doing this gyan.
And greater than the fruitive worker.
Fruitive worker means karmi.
Therefore, O Arjuna, in all circumstances, be a yogi.
Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami Sakala Asan.
Asha.
Krishna Bhakti Niskama Ataiva Santa. Hey, the famous verse. Huh? So anyway, I have some or other tried, I have summarized, to explain the pitfalls of Mayavadism. Yes, and I have shown how devotee's position is higher. Yes, and we also showed how the Mayavad can become devotees, because there's one more verse I missed out in that side. It is in 5, 12, 13. That shows that how Mayavad will become devotees. So there are 2 verses. So you please remember this for your reference. So when you speak to someone, you please know how to tackle the situation. Ideally, you try to remember. You try to remember the chapter 12, text 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That is a strong base. You follow? And of course, you have to also explain chapter 14, text. Chapter 14, text 27. I think. That Krishna said, I am the basis of this Brahman. 14, 27. Brahmano pratistaham. You understand? And of course, Krishna, I always use this example, why the sky is blue. Sky is blue, why? Not red, green, blue. Technique, why? Because it's coming from the light of Krishna. Krishna is blue, coming out. That's also supported by that verse. Yasya prabha prabhavato jagadanda koti koti swasesa vasudadi vibhuti dinam tat brahmaniskalam ananta asesa bhutam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. This verse, you remember? Yasya prabha. Yasya prabha means what? Prabha means what? Light. Yasya prabha means what? From you this light that is coming out is lighting up the whole universe. You follow? Please read that verse and you will understand that everything is coming from Krishna. And there's another famous verse in Ishopanishad, Mantra 15. This is another important verse. All right, you remember this. Can you take that out? I mean, I'm sorry I'm going late, but these are all important verses that you should remember when you are preaching to the Mayavads. 90% of the people are Mayavads. So you have an issue, you need to know all this. Yeah. Hiranmayena patrena chan chan.
हिरण्मयेन पात्रेण
Please chant.
सत्यस्यापि हतं मुखम् तत्त्वं पुष्यन् अपावृणु सत्यधर्माय दृश्यते.
Satya dharmaya drishtaye.
O my Lord, sustainer of all that life, your real face, O my Lord, sustainer of all that
Leave.
your real face is covered by your dazzling effulgence. Kindly remove that covering and exhibit yourself to your pure devotee.
So this is very important verse, mantra 15, because all this Mayavad, they like to hear Shruti. When you say Bhagavatam, they say this is Smriti, we don't want to. So this is Shruti mantra. Ishopanishad, this is what? Upanishad. Understand? So here the Lord is, here not the Lord. Who is praying? The Buddha is praying, right? Remove this effulgence. Do I want to see your beautiful? Understand? Huh? So please remember all these verses, because if you encounter someone who is speaking about God has got no form, you must be able to counter them with all these arguments. Yes? If you can, you go again to this tape, this class, and you can jot down all these verses, and you can try to use them for your benefit. Yes? 724, yes.
Okay.
Bhagavad Gita. 724, some people say that I am impersonal before, now I've become a person through impersonal. They are considered as less intelligent. Krishna is calling them less intelligent. So please try to understand all this for your benefit. These are all basics that we have gone through many, many times over. But if you really want to read about the impersonalism, then you please go to CC chapter, Matthew 24. The whole chapter is explaining about impersonalism. Any questions? No question? Question? Yeah, that's true. But fortunately, we have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu coming and telling us what to do. So we have to follow the authority of the Acharya. Understand? We cannot speculate. We cannot try to cut short and think that, oh, I like, someone was asking me in the day, I think it was who? She said, can we do this Navaratri with Radharani there instead of Durga? So we cannot try to invent, speculate. Our duty is Acharya, Upasana. You follow? So if Acharya has given us this mantra, and he has stressed that this is Hare Nam, Eva Kevalam, Kalau Nasteva, Gatir Anyata. So we follow something that is given by our spiritual master in the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Of course, it's not that we don't chant Om. All the mantras we are chanting as Om. Nama Om, Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna. Yeah. So much, every mantra must start with Om. Without Om, that mantra it doesn't work. You follow? So, but in Hare Krishna, the Om is already inside because it's Krishna, Radha, all in. So, as I was saying earlier, when you chant a mantra, you must get results. Like you see, nowadays it's very popular. Every guy is chanting some kind of mantra that he heard from the what? From the TV or something. Someone is chanting Gayatri mantra. Om Bhu Bhuha Tat Savito. They're chanting. Yes. Someone is chanting some other what? Hanuman Chalisa. Someone is chanting what? What?
Vishnu Sahasranama.
Vishnu Sahasra, Lalita Sahasra. So many mantras. Yes. So, but all these mantras cannot work if it does not. That's a verse, right? Ye sampradaya vina te mantra nispalaha. You know where is that verse? Can take it out, please. If the mantra is not coming from sampradaya, then the mantra is nispala, means useless. So, in order to get the mantra from sampradaya, you must have some spiritual master. Yes? And if you don't have a spiritual master, and if you chant any mantra you like, which is very common among the Hindus, it will not produce any result. It will be simply a waste of. Huh? You see here, this is a very important word. Prabhupada quote this also many, many times. Ye sampradaya vina. If you are not coming from sampradaya, te mantra, your mantra is nispalaha. Nispala means what? No fruit. So the mantra will not work. The mantra will not. You cannot just chant a mantra you like, Hello. Huh? They chant, sometimes they chant some Lakshmi mantra. Correct? Somebody I saw in the Facebook, every time they all teach all kind of mantras. If you want to be rich, please chant this. If you want to be poor, please chant Hare Krishna. You understand?
Sampradaya vihina ye mantraste nishpala mataha.
What the translation?
If the mantra does not come through the disciplic succession, then it will not be active. Vifala. Mantrastan vifala.
It will not produce result.
Yeah, it will not produce.
You understand? Huh? So you cannot try to do it your way. Not possible. It's not? So please remember that.
Hare Krishna mantra without imitation, we can sing.
Actually, it is stated in the CC, Madhya 15, 108, that this mantra is so powerful, it does not wait for you to qualify. By chanting it, you qualify the chanter. You understand? That's why you chant Hare Krishna. You see results. Because of the special blessing of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's why it says, Nam Nam Akari, Bhavada, Nija, all Shaktis are invested where? Omkara. Huh? It's a fact. What is the use of this? Is also explained in the purport of that 15.108. What is the use of initiation? Because in Kali Yuga, everyone is so contaminated. So initiation is required so that he will be able to worship the deity and chant this mantra. By worshipping the deity, he will be touching the feet of the deities, right? And because he's touching the feet of the deity, he gets purified. So much so that it will enable him to chant Hare Krishna. In the purport of that verse, Prabhupada is explaining that point. So you will remember this. All these are all something you must remember because people will ask all kind of questions. You should know how to refer and explain. Yes. If you can chant, or you chant, doctor, doctor. I don't know what you will say at the time. Because even to chant, you need some punya, You need some punya. That's why in that verse, what is that verse? 1, 2, 15, 14, 16, 17, was it? Shanvata Swagata Krishna. Punya Shravana Kirtana.
Kirtan itself is called. But
Cannot speculate. Speculation doesn't work, because if you are a speculator, if you are not a devotee, that's the verse we chant every time before taking prasadam. What is that verse? Mahaprasada Govinde Namo Brahmane Vaishnave Swalpam Vritam Rajan Visvasana Vijayate. So if you don't have the faith, how you will get all these things? So it's not just simply you want to go and die and say, I will chant Om. Please, everyone, please tell me to chant Om. Is it possible? No. Because you need what? Strong faith. You need association, devotee to help. Understand? Without devotee association, it is not possible to go back to the Lord. You understand? When you get that association, then yes, you get the holy name, you get what? Huh? You get all these things. Mahaprasadam, Govinda, you get everything. Yes? You understand? Huh? It although sounds so simple, but the Lord, unless you get the blessing of the Lord, it is not possible to get all these things. Understand? That's why it says in 7:25. What is that verse?
Naham Prakasha Sarvasya.
Naham Prakasha Sarvasya Yogamaya covers you. Understand? So you need.
Even Vaishnavas, when they chant like Puri Sampradaya, they don't just chant Om by itself, that Om Namo Narayana or Om Namo Devasdeva. Like devotees, they always, although there is Om, they put a name of Krishna.
Hari Om Tat Sat. They also say Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat is explained in the 17th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. What is Om, what is Tat, what is Sat? Om Tat Sat. Everything must be ended with the Om Tat Sat. So please, so many things are there. I think it's going to go on and on and on. So please, you take note, and then thank you very much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki.